Dr. Harry Benjamin. I grew up in Jamaica. I became a medical doctor as my first career. And soon after that, I veered into distributing automobiles. My wife and I did that successfully for about 15 years. And we ran into some challenges when we invested in some real estate in the United States of America. In 2008, there was what's called the subprime mortgage crisis. We got caught up in it, and we ended up having to file bankruptcy after a few years. It was a very difficult experience for us. We were very grateful, always grateful and thankful that the network marketing industry found us when we slid into that ditch, financial ditch. We were able to climb out of that valley, put ourselves back on our feet by marketing a health and wellness product over about 8 years. And I had the privilege of moving over to Nigeria. We lived there for 8 years, and now we're back in the US. Okay, so in 2020, as Cheryl, you got introduced to the whole idea of trading, and so did I. And when I got introduced, so when I got introduced, Cheryl, the first time I got the whole idea of learning how to trade, and the trader, I went to a session and they brought up this chart. Do you know what this website is, Cheryl?
Is it TradingView?
Right. So the first time I saw this, I got a headache. I don't know about you.
Me too.
All right, so I'm not alone then. So
what is this? Hello.
Hello. Right. So Cheryl, like Cheryl, welcome to the call. Whoever said hello. But like Cheryl, Cheryl, I got a serious headache. I really believe I would never be able to understand this. And how could I even use this to make money?
Yeah.
So that was my first conclusion on seeing this chart, right? So what I did is that I resorted to the affiliate marketing, because I was locked down at home, our family in 2020 because of COVID, and we needed some cash flow. So when I was introduced to this and I saw the affiliate marketing, my wife and I said, okay, we're already very good at network marketing, but we could not go out and do our physical product business during the lockdown. So it affected us to some extent, and we were only making money based on people buying the products online, which was fine. We got some good income from that. But then when this came our way, we got registered. We paid a little over $100 to start. At the time, you could pay, anyone on here could pay either $168 to be an affiliate or $249. And then we started inviting friends and family to come and take a look at the presentation. And then in about 2 days, we qualified for the $500 rank, and in 4 days, $1,000 rank. And then about 2 weeks or so, we were at the $2,000 rank. And then we went on to the $5,000. We were even paid as much as $2,500 in a week. But that company, it wasn't Xtream at the time. That company ended up, the two young owners for that company ended up closing the company after a few months. Mm-hmm. And then that gave us the opportunity to start Xtreamfx Global Academy. I'm a part of the core leadership team that allowed us to be able to get started, right? Bav, I made you co-host, so if you could just help me to keep people muted as they join us. You know how that can happen. People can just be unmuted, not knowing that they're unmuted. And Amoy, I'm going to make you co-host as well, all right? So that you could help me as well, all right? To keep people muted, all right? So yeah, Cheryl, so that's my brief story about that part. But here's what happened, Cheryl. Here's what happened. What I and those who market the company do is market the academy, all right? We market for people to come and learn how to trade. So in 2021, after we started Xtream, two ladies, one that was working at McDonald's in the United States and one that worked as a school teacher over in the eastern part of the Caribbean. At the end of 2021, while I was busy marketing, I was not going to the videos, I was not watching any, I was not even attending any of the classes with the traders because I felt intimidated by this website. When I saw this, I freaked out. I just I just can't do this part. And I made a lot of excuses about why I should not get education in my mind, right? And, but marketed the company because I'm a good marketer. And after about the first year, a lot of stories of students started to emerge. And those two ladies, Cheryl, are you still there?
Yes, I'm still here, yes.
Yeah, believe it or not, each of them ended up earning over $1 million from the education. No, I definitely didn't come close to anywhere near $1 million doing the marketing. But the students, the students, right? They rock this thing. So after it was early 2022, our daughter, all right, Ariana is her name. She what she did was that she said, Dad, you know what? Finding jobs when she graduates from university is going to be difficult based on what she's seeing happening right now. And she loves the saxophone, but she believes that getting a gig as a saxophone player that may not happen all the time, right? So she said, you know what? Yeah, in 2022, she said to me, you know what? Last year, it was 2022.
Oh, last year.
She said, yeah, last year she said, Dad, you know what? I want to learn how to trade. Because she was hearing stories about people, hear me talk about other people on the Zooms who had done well, making a lot of money trading. So what she decided to do is to come in here, do what I wasn't doing. All right. She went through these videos. True story. She came to the library here and she went through these videos here, beginner videos. Right. And in a few weeks, she said, Dad, could I get $100 to trade with? And I gave it to her. And then she started withdrawing some profits. When I saw that, I was like, whoa, what was going on? And then another thing that impacted me personally was that one of the educators, I met him in Atlanta at a meeting, physically, first time meeting one of the educators. And he shared with us how much he had earned. And he had literally earned, true story, he had earned over $1 million in a single day. And when he shared it with me, in a single day, yes, sir, in a single day.
Ooh.
And when he shared that with me, a certain level of humility overcame me that day. I stopped making excuses that day. And I went to my back office for the first time to watch these videos. These videos you see here, where it says, I started from the beginning. What is Forex? And then I watch why Forex, trading basics, who trades, why I become a trader, trading, time sessions, Forex first. I started watching these videos one after the other. This one, what is a pip? I had to watch this one like 8 times before I understood what it meant.
And then when I'm finished here.
So I went through these videos and then after I started, because I realized I could not make $1 million in a day, no matter how good I was as a marketer, right? So I started taking this very seriously. And then I started attending classes, and then I started to try to understand this chart. But here's the thing about this chart. I made, mediocre results, but this, based on our experience, generally takes somebody, for you to learn how to trade and trade properly using this method. It will take you maybe a year, based on my experience, to 2 years, because most people are not going to have that $1 million in your first year experience like those two ladies. Most people are not going to have that. Just telling you up front, okay? Don't want you to feel that everybody who joins and learns how to trade is going to make a bag of money right away. Because right, it takes time to learn and understand how to do this. So I was told by the gentleman that earned $1 million in a day that I needed to pick one asset, which was this one. I picked AUD USD, and I needed to master, putting in these trend lines. These lines are called support resistance. And it took me a while. It took me a while to really get a handle of it to where I could even use this website and make sense of it. All right. And then being able to color in the lines and, now I could do it because I've done it so many times, but it was tough for me. It was really tough. And I didn't get to the point where you were saying, Cheryl?
I still can't do it.
You still can't do it. All right. So I didn't get to the point where I could even do this to make money. Because after you do this part, right, where it's called trapping the price, then you have to come here and you have to wait on something called a breakout. So we draw these things called frog legs, and you put these things in, and then you have to come and wait.
Yeah.
And then you have to wait on a breakout. You gave up about right here.
I gave up there, yeah.
So after I got to this point and starting to, sometimes this thing would break out, it would retest, it would make money, sometimes you lose money, and it was not easy. All right. Anyway, I was going through that process because I believe that if he could do it, I could do it. Okay, that's my belief. But thankfully, this gentleman, he or it was one of our master traders, right? One of our master traders, he actually met this gentleman that developed a technology, all right? And this is where the evolution of Xtream just kicked into higher gear. So the education as it is has produced people who do well, okay? So the education as it is works, but it's gonna take you a while, okay? So the education packages as they are is $89 a month if you have a student ID, $99 a month if you don't, $159 a month if you want to add native spanner if you know what that is. And each package comes with trade ideas. So that's the basic product that we sell, education. And you pay monthly, it's affordable. And if you stick with it over the long term, you will emerge with results, but it takes a while to learn. And the learning curve is very steep. In last year, right, our master trader, Mr. Aaron Maddox, he came across this product. Himself and a couple of others, including our CFO, Mr. Sloan, they used this for about 6 months privately without telling anybody in the community about it. And they got excellent results, earning anywhere from $5,000 to over $100,000 using this technology. The gentleman that developed this, his name is Mr. Kevin Grego, and he traded for about 5.5 years and lost $26,500 over a 5-year plus period. He finally figured out how to trade, and he developed the technology for his sister Cheryl and Keith. He did not develop it for us. He developed it for his sister. His sister suffers from epilepsy, and she couldn't hold on a job. So he designed this in an effort to help her to have a safe way to trade. And that's the genesis of it. Mm-hmm. About a year ago, his wife convinced him to share this technology with other people, and then it evolved into a product, which we now have today. All right? Great. He partnered up with us to help to distribute this, and let's get into what this technology helps. This technology, ladies and gentlemen, is a game changer. I know that at the end, anybody who knows enough about trading, you're going to be extremely grateful to the person who told you to be here today, because this has simplified trading. It's very cheap. It's only $599 one time. That's $50 a month, right? And when you see what this does, your mind is going to be blown, Cheryl and Keith. Then $75 a month for the signals. Now, Keith, are you still with me, Keith? Are you still out there? Okay, Keith, if you are, could you unmute? If you're still on with Cheryl and I, because you're the person who's never traded. Cheryl has traded to some extent.
I'm still here. I'm still with you.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. All right, so you probably would not know this website then, Keith, right? TradingView, because you didn't get that far, right? So here's the thing. You don't have to get this website anymore. Okay? If you want, you can forget about it. If you want, right? If you want, you can.
Thank God, Keith.
You hear that, Cheryl? Cheryl telling you that God. Yeah. I tell you, learning how to use that website is no joke, all right? So here's what you're going to need to learn. 4 simple things using this technology that's on the screen. 4 simple things, right? Now, here's the thing, Keith. Each of us have a technology, whether that's a phone or a laptop. And on the left here, this is called MetaTrader 4. Now, the normal version of MetaTrader 4 looks similar to TradingView. Similar, not the same, but very, very similar, right? Normal version. This version that's on the screen, Cheryl and Keith and everyone else, this is the version that the developer created, okay? Just like Facebook and YouTube, you could sometimes put apps on there to do stuff. So MetaTrader 4, the basic app, looks like this, but when the indicators from the developer is added to MetaTrader 4, it changes it into this red and green and some other things that I'll point out that he has included in it to make trading simple and easy for anyone to understand. Okay? Are you there, Keith?
Yeah, man, I'm still here.
All right, wonderful. So these numbers over here to the left, for anybody who's never traded before, they're called symbols, but what they really represent is access to the global financial markets. Everybody who has a phone or a laptop, you literally, this word symbols here, right? If we click it, this small little box is a window to the world's financial assets. That hedge funds like Bank of America, Citibank, Wells Fargo, whatever the bank may be in your particular country, UBA, Nigeria, United Bank of Africa, or National Commercial Bank in Jamaica, they all move money through this portal here, right? Worldwide, globally. And you and I today, because of technology, we have the same opportunity to use a very small amount of money and enter this market that the big banks are trading in, all right? It's called the DC, and it's a decentralized network that money comes through, flows through to facilitate global transactions like buying a plane, buying a pair of shoes, buying buying a chewing gum online. Okay, it passes through this ocean of money. Okay, this is about 7 trillion. Somebody type trillion in the chat for me, please. That is going through this every day on average. On average, Monday to Friday, every 24 hours, about $7 trillion is exchanged through these various assets. Okay, so here it is, Keith. This is called the FX majors, right? So would you like to be able to stay at home on your phone or laptop and buy and sell Australian dollar versus US dollar, right, as an asset and try to make some money? Would you like to do that, Keith?
Of course. I like to.
Awesome. All right. So of course you don't want to do US dollar, Japanese yen. Have you ever heard of the US 30, Keith? Do you know what that is?
US 30?
Yes, or NAS 100, NASDAQ 100. Right. So NASDAQ 100 is an index that bundles together the top 100 technology companies in the United States. From your laptop, you could trade that asset as well, just like the hedge funds and banks do. Okay. Would you like to be able to do that and potentially earn money?
Of course. In fact, I wouldn't mind start doing it tomorrow morning.
Right. No, we're talking. All right. What about US oil? Right. All right. So I guess I don't have to ask any further about these assets. What about gold, silver? Right. I'm sure you're going to say yes to. And of course, there are cryptocurrencies here as well. Bitcoin, etc. Bitcoin, ADA, Dash, Solana, XRP. All of those are here for us as well.
The last one.
And we also have stocks. So those people who have a predilection to stocks, Amazon, Google, Facebook, Yahoo, etc. Right? All right. So let's look at how this technology would allow for you to trade. All right. And this is my laptop has on it what's called a live trading account. If you look to the left down here where it says Hugo's Way Live, Hugo's Way is a broker, just like a bank. Okay, you have brokers that give you legal access to the financial markets. Every country different countries call it different names, but there's an exchange commission or securities commission or some form of government body that license brokers for them to give anybody who chooses to access to the financial markets. So we all have access to the financial markets. It's just that most of us do not know that we have this access. All right, so right here, where this box is at on the left of the screen or the right, once you right click and you click the word trading, what happens is that you could click the word new order, and Keith, you could literally put an order in right here when the market is open, and you could make money. Okay, you could literally do that. And the money that you make, some brokers limit it to 24 hours, but there are some brokers, Keith, that, and I'm sure Shirley know this, you could withdraw your money within a couple of hours. Okay, right. So you could literally do a transaction here, and here's what's such a blessing. Brokers today, most of the brokers will allow you to start trading with as little as 50 or 100 US dollars, and you'll get something called leverage that allows for your $100 to function as if you had $10,000 in the market. You do not have 10,000, but it behaves in such a way that gives you access to larger amounts of money than you would normally have to have because of leverage. So this is a beautiful day for those who take the time to learn how to trade. And thankfully, we now have the safety trade system that's going to make our lives so much easier than it would have been before, Keith. And Shirley, you're going to be so happy about this, right? So Keith, you've never... All right, so Keith has never really traded before. And Keith, there are 4 things that we need to look for to identify a winning trade, okay? So let's start on the left side here and see if you could see these 4 things, right? One of the things that I would need to know, this is not one of the 4 things, but this green line, right? Can you see this green line running through the screen, kind of like going down like a hillside? Can you see that, Keith? Your line is muted, Keith.
I can see that. I can see it.
Right, great. Cheryl, do you remember what this line is called?
I wish you didn't ask him.
Say
I
that
don't
again.
remember the name, but I know it is significant in terms of where the candles must be below or above it.
All right, wonderful. So that's called a moving average.
Moving
right?
average.
So yeah, so Keith, even if you don't know what it is, I call it the wavy line. It's sometimes green, sometimes red. And then, Cheryl mentioned candles. Now, these green and red things down here, the name given to them are candles. Wherever they are at a particular point in time is the price of the market, right? So for example, when the candle is right here, do you see that white number going up and down, Keith? Do you see that white number?
Yeah, I see that.
Great, that's the price. Okay, so we could say at this point, is it fair to say that the price is below the green line? Keith, Cheryl, is it fair to say that?
Yes.
Okay, so that's the first thing that we need to identify. That's the first thing. That's number 1. That's the first thing. The second thing that we need to identify, right, is a green. We're waiting for a green or red arrow to pop on the screen. In this case, the price is below the line. So we're looking for a possible green arrow. Can you see a green arrow on the screen, Cheryl? Can you see that?
Yes. Yes.
Can you see that green arrow, Keith?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm seeing it.
You have seen it?
Yeah.
Right. So when this green arrow pops on the screen, what it tells us is that there's a possible safe trade coming up. A possible. Doesn't mean there's one. There's a possible safe trade coming up. And then as we go forward, we need to wait for these 5 levels down here. They're called indicators. Level 1 at the bottom, level 2, level 3, level 4, and level 5. Can you see these 5 levels, Keith and Cheryl? Can you see them?
Yes.
Awesome. Keith?
Okay.
Can you see these 5 levels here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, yeah.
All right, wonderful. So every few minutes, a new candle pops on the screen, pops on the screen, pops on the screen, and we're waiting for all 5 levels to be green. Now, are all of these 5 now green, Cheryl? Are all of them green?
Yes, they are. Right.
So here's what tricks a lot of traders. Right now, we could see these green candles were running up, okay? And it looks like it was great time to put in what's called a buy, because if you buy it low down here, Keith, and you sell it high up here, Keith, you make money. And then all of a sudden, you notice that these red candles, meaning that the market went down in a downward direction. So if you were trying to buy right now, and you put in a trade up here for a buy, and it turned around like this on you, what would have happened to your money, Cheryl?
You'd have lost money.
You'd have lost money, right? So here's how the safety trade works. When you see everything green, we need to wait. We need to be in patient mode, wait until we see the 4th level from the bottom turn red. Can we see that the 4th level turned red? Can we see that?
Yes.
Keith, do you see that?
Yeah.
Right. When that happens for the first time, you're going to go ahead and put in what's called a buy stop. Now, a buy stop is not an active trade. It is a trade that will only activate if the market turns around from going down and comes back up and touches that line. If it doesn't touch that line, you would not be in the trade. So let's look at what happened, right? Let's look at what happened. So it went down, and as it went down, let's look at what happened, right? Went down, went up, went down, went up, went down, went up, right? Not yet put us, but look at what happened. Cheryl, what happened there? What took place? What took place?
It started to go up again, which means, I think, that don't be fooled by this red, because it's going to go back up. And right, so it's
and it did exactly.
So you have made money instead of lost money.
Exactly, Cheryl. So what the system does is call out this move as a fake move. The developer calls it BS indicator. I just call it the fake out indicator, because this is going down.
Trick you into losing your money.
Yes, it tricks you into putting in a sell when the market is really not selling. And here's the thing, guys. This is actually driven by artificial intelligence. And what backs it is the money in the largest financial institutions in the world, like BlackRock and Vanguard and some of the others, like BOA and Citibank and so forth, right? So anyway, let's move on, right? So you see where it pushed up. You could see it pushed up, touched this bottom line here, came to the top line, you'd have made money. All right. So let's just look at some real experiences that I had today. Feel very grateful, very blessed that the system came our way, right? So let me just start at the beginning of the day, right? And Cheryl, let's just walk with me and Keith walk with me through this, right? And I traded a bit of NAS today, but I also traded some others as well, right? And Bob, could you help me to mute those who are not supposed to be unmuted? All right, because some of them are having some noise in there. Thank you. All right. So this morning, this blue area it begins at about 7 a.m. Eastern, depending on where you live. But I was on the charts even a little before that. So when this happened, Cheryl, do you see green, 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 right? Do you see that? And the little spot of red. Do you see that? Green, 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 red, green. Do you see that, Cheryl?
Yes, I do.
Keith, can you see that, Keith?
Yeah, the top line is green. Then the double line is down at green, and you come down to the bottom right at green. Yeah.
Excellent. So what type of trade should I put in now, Cheryl?
I certainly wouldn't put in a sell.
You put in a buy because it's more green than red, right?
Yeah.
Right. So exactly, which I did. So I put in a buy, right? And did I win that trade? Did I win that trade? Can you see that it came down a bit and went back up? Can you see that?
Yes.
Yeah. So that was my first winning trade this morning, I think.
And if you go back there a minute, let me look. Please go back there.
Yeah.
Where you were before, and you'll notice. Well, I'm learning now too. It is right in tandem when the red, the fourth indicator turned back to green. That's when
that's when it's going up. Yeah. That's when it's going up. Right. So you'd have entered the trade when it's red and wait for it to come back up and turn green. Okay?
Yeah.
All right, so that's the trade I want. Okay. And then I waited again.
May I ask a question?
Please go ahead.
How long would you stay in this trade? Was it a 5-minute trade or what? I can't see.
Okay, so we're looking at a 5-minute candle.
5 minutes.
We're 1 minute. No, we're 1 minute. This is a 1 minute chart. 1 minute, right? The 1 minute chart. So here's how you should do. As a beginner, you should, when you put in a trade here, your entry would have been about here. Okay, that's where your entry would have been, and you should go for in NAS 3 pips on NAS during session is about right here to right here, literally between these two lines. That's about 3 pips. So if you're trading if you win 3 points, right? For everybody who those non-traders like Keith, I used to be like you, pips. I didn't know what that was. So if you win 3 points and you put in this trade $1 per point, how much would you make, Keith?
$3.
Right. If you put $10 per point, how much would you make?
10.
How much?
10.
Yes. If you win 3 points and you put $10 per point, how much would you make from this trade?
30.
If you put $100 per point, how much would you make?
$1,000.
3 points times $100 each point.
Oh, okay.
300.
300. Thank you, Cheryl. All right. Okay. And then what if you traded $1,000 per point, Keith, and you won 3 points between here and here? How much would you make?
If I trade 1,000.
1,000 per point, and you won 3 points. How much would you make?
1,000.
3,000. Right. Now, Cheryl, how long did it take for this amount of money to be earned by the persons, by me and anybody else who took this?
A minute.
A minute. Literally, Keith. Right?
That sounds like play.
And this is not hype, guys. This is not hype. I'm just recounting today. This is if you check the date and you go to thank you very much, Cheryl. But this is the system here, right? That really is the star, right? The system is the star. Okay, here, Keith, can you see this again? Green, 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 red, green. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's another opportunity to put in what type of trade, Cheryl. And Keith, what type of trade should I go for?
Buy.
A buy. A buy, right? And what happened after? Did it go up?
It's up again.
Yes. 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 And then wait again. Let's see what happened again. Let's see what happened again. It came down. It almost turned red. You could see it didn't turn red, but you know, experience teaches you that once it comes down below, and if you look at some other factors, which you'll learn how to look at some other factors, you should also go ahead. So you can see that I won another trade. Can you say I won another trade, Cheryl?
Yes, yes, yes.
So
Okay,
so
all right, cool.
why didn't you do anything when it red? I see two candles, three candles going red. One hit below the line.
So why you not trying to do a trade in this direction? Is that the question? So here's the thing, because I asked that very question when I just got the technology, and I tried to do some of these trades. But what happened is that there's a tendency for you to get in at the wrong point, and it's going in a buy direction, not a sell direction. So if you take a sell trade here, hoping that it's going to go down, it could turn back on you, and you end up losing your money because it's not a buy trend. So it's not a sell trend; it's a buy trend. You should not try to trade counter to the trend, because if you look at the trend here, you could see that the market is generally going up, right? But it goes up, down, up, down, up, down, but it's generally going up. This green line is going upward. Can you see that?
Yeah.
So the safer trade to take is the buy, not the sell.
All right.
Because we're sure that it's going to go up, but we're not sure that how far down it's going to go. Okay? And I'll show you when to take the red ones. Does that answer your question, Keith?
No, let me point at something. Okay. If the trade went up with these greens going all the way, and it takes a turn. And that's what you're saying. Don't just rush in it, but watch it for a while.
Well, what we're using is a color-coded system. Remember, we look for four things. One, the candles were below this green line. That's number one. Two, the green arrow told us that a safe trade could be forming. Three, we waited for everything to turn green. Four, we waited for the fourth level from the bottom to turn red. Those are the four things. So we're going to practice those four things over and over and over again. And that's it for a beginner. There's intermediate level and advanced level stuff, but we won't even talk about that today. Okay?
Doctor, there's a question in the chat. Where do you put the stop loss?
Okay, great. Thank you very much. I keep forgetting to mention that. So here, in this case, this first one, the entry price, let me just put the entry price. The entry price is above here, okay? All right. And then where this hook is, right here, below here is where you put your stop loss, just below here, okay? Where this reversal takes place. So when it reverses, when you put in your entry, the trade is not active yet. It's not until your trade activates that you need to now go ahead and put your stop loss down here, because now you know where the reversal is, okay? All right, so you could see that it didn't come back to your stop loss and it went on to win the trade. And then you could determine, do you want to take 1 pip, 2 pips, 3 pips, 5 pips, 10 pips? And their strategy is to take 100 pips. We'll talk about that another time. Hopefully I helped the person who asked about the stop loss. Thank you, Bob, for bringing that up.
You're welcome.
Okay. All right, so this trade, another trade one, okay? You could see that one went up high. And the strategy here is to put in 2 trades, right? When this happens, you should put in 2 trades most of the time. And close one down, 5, 10 pips, then the other one, you'll move your stop loss from down here to the entry price. Some of you will understand that, some of you won't. But you move your stop loss from down here to the entry price. You close down your first trade with 5 to 10 pips. You let your second one run. You could see that the second one went up to, this is 40 something pips, 48 pips on that move, okay? And this happened during, this would have been around news, somewhere around news coming in here, right? News and also the market opened in the New York session, okay? So that's another win there, okay? And then went on, I think in here, I got a couple of trades, maybe 1 or 2. Yeah. But today, I used the system and I won, just count to see, I think it's, I should have Bridget earlier. I think it's 13 or 14 trades. All right. And the first trade that I lost, I closed it because I misunderstood what I was doing, and I lost that trade. Okay, so it really would have been 14 or 14 if I really had been a little bit slow in my decision making in the first one. So I won 13 out of 14 trades using the system, right? So here's let's see if we see a sell now. Let's look for a sell, all right? Let's look for a sell. As I did get a sell earlier, right? I got a sell here. Here's a sell. So now when we got to this point in today, all right, we got to this point on this chart today.
Excuse me a moment, if I may.
Go ahead, Cheryl, please.
Question. This blue section here, the broad band of blue, I'm not sure I get it all the time.
Yes, this broad band of blue is the overlap of the New York session and the London session. So it tells you which is the hottest part of the market, because during this time,
you don't put them in at all. It just happens in the system.
Say that again.
You have nothing to do with this blue line. It happens in the system.
System is a part. It's a part of the system. It's a part of the system.
That's the part I didn't get.
This blue line or this blue section.
The blue area, like the blue
area. Yeah. So the blue area is to tell you when is the New York and London session overlap, because during this time when it's blue like that, that's when the market is most active, and that's when you can get the biggest trades.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so we're moving along, right? Moving along, and so Keith, I got to this point now today. Let's look at sells. A sell. I think I got one sell today, right? Most of those trades were buys. So here's what happened now, Keith. You could see that it's kind of going up, down, up, down, up, down, but not a lot of movement. Can you see that, Keith?
Yeah.
Cheryl? Right.
Yeah.
So when we got to this point, can you see now that the candles were above the green line? Can we see the candles were above the green line right here?
Yeah.
And then it turned, you saw the red arrow pop on the screen?
Yes.
All right, so when I saw the red arrow pop on the screen, I said, okay, great. Now there's a sell opportunity coming up, possibly. Doesn't mean there's going to be one, but I now look out for a sell, okay? And when that happens, I just need to wait until everything down here turns red. Everything down here turns red. Is everything red now?
Yes.
Right, so when everything turns red, right? Now, once for a beginner, these candles came up here and touched this line. Now, it didn't go above it to create a red spot, but this is called a gap for intermediate people. This is called a gap. And you can always put in yourself a sell stop here, below that line. All right, so when you see this going up like that, you see everything is already red. You anticipate that it's going to go up and it's going to turn around at some point, okay? Which it did. So I won that sell. You could see that it came down, right? Could you see that? All right, I think I won about 6 or 7 pips on that, okay? Because of that, right? So the system gives you that data. And let's see if it gave us a green. Can you see that it turned green? Can anybody see that it turned green? Can you see that? Right? Keith, can you see that it turned green?
Which of them?
Right here. The fourth one from the bottom.
Yeah, okay.
Right. So what this means now, Cheryl and Keith, is that instead of a buy, you see the market looks like it's buying up, right? Green just running up. It tells you that you can go ahead and put in a sell down here, right? We have a little careful. You get training on how to be careful.
Wait.
Right? So you have to wait now for it to turn around, right? But you see now it didn't turn around. It just kept going. So it didn't put you in a sell. And here's what happened. The red turned back to green. Here, you can see the market changed. A green arrow popped up on the screen. What does that tell you? Do not start looking for sells anymore, right? In this case, I would now need to look for a possible buy instead of a sell. Okay, I'll delete that, right? And everything turned green. You see where this turned red again now, Keith? Can you see? Green, red, green. You see that? So what you could do is come here and look for a buy, okay? And then look what happened. Did it go above the line and put me some profit share?
Yes, it did.
Yes, of course.
Yes,
right?
But there's a little confusion though. There's a little confusion with these 3 red arrows and a green arrow. So,
I would just leave that alone. Yes, good, Cheryl. That's right. So if you see red, green popping up like this, it tells you that right here's too much volatility, too much up and down going on. This is not a good time. Right here's not a trading spot.
No. Leave that be.
All right. See, and then it bought up, and the market is coming to a close for the day, right? Another 14 minutes and we're done, right? But so this thing wants to buy, right? This thing wants to buy. Okay, all right, wants to buy. Well, let's see what happens, right? We're going to when the market switches session, I'll come over to the next session, right?
Okay.
All right. So here's another thing, though. For those of you who may not have time to sit on a computer like I did to win these trades, you may not have that luxury, right? Here's your comfort 1 hour trades. These candles take a full 1 hour to develop. All right. So here is let's drop down to 30 minutes.
Sorry, Dr. Harry. Some more clarity, please.
Okay, go ahead, Cheryl.
A while ago, there was this big, broad blue band, and now we have several smaller ones. Is it that markets are crossing over at just those times?
Thank you for that, Cheryl. Thank you for that. All right, so here's the 1 minute chart. So when it's a 1 minute chart, each of these candles is 1 minute, right?
Yeah.
So that blue band is very long. If I change it to 5 minutes, this blue area narrows because each of these candles is 5 minutes. So the time,
okay.
Right? Then the next one, 15 minutes. Then she showed you this blue was
considerably smaller.
Yes. And then if you go to the 30 minute, there's like, let me go to the end here. This is today. This is yesterday. This is Monday. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So let's look at what happened on the 30-minute chart on Monday, which I was able to jump into this. Unfortunately, I didn't stay in all the way, but man, next time I will. All right. I'm going into that story now. So what type of trade is this? And that was called out just before Cheryl. Green, red, green. What type of trade should anybody put in right here?
A buy.
A buy, right? Right, Keith?
No, I'm not considering a buy.
Green, red. It's a little bit of red, but can you see it?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
All right. Then the market went up. Okay.
I hope you stayed for that part.
No, don't remind me. I jumped out early. I jumped in. I was in the trade, but
Goodness. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness, right, Cheryl?
Oh my goodness, yes.
All right,
yes.
so let's check to see how many pips, because the developer stayed in this trade and he won 400 pips on this trade, 400 points.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, 400 points. Now, Keith, if you put $1, if you traded this with $1 per point, how much would you earn from this move, from here to here? 400 points to the top. $400 at $1 per point. Now, Cheryl, how much money would he need to have in an account for a broker to allow Keith to put in this trade at $1 per point? How much money would he need to have in his account?
Not a lot.
Yeah, about $100.
Not a lot, about $100. Could have facilitated that, yeah.
Okay, guys, today my trading capital grew today by 52%. Okay.
Great.
Yeah. So understand that this is not hype, guys. Right? This is just what it is. Okay. All right. So here we're 400 pips for one. If you traded $10 per pip, right, Keith? $10 per pip with this information, because what's giving us the data is the system, not marking up charts and being a master trader or anything like that. It's just using 4 steps, 4 simple things, right? You'd have identified the trade, put your order in, put your stop loss down here, right? Remember that when the trade activates, you put in a stop loss here. But you're shifting your stop loss up as the trade moves up, okay? Back into profit. So right now the developer, I think he's up here somewhere, 400 pips in profit, still locked in. And if it goes up higher, he's still shifting up. So, I won't describe that for, it's just too much information for our presentation. All right, so Sharon, yes. Are you excited?
Very.
Keith, right? Even though this is new to you, this is a system. It's like buying a car to drive from point A to point B instead of buying a donkey and a cart. That's just what it is. I view a job, I'm a medical doctor by training, and I do a job in traditional business. I view those as donkey cart methods of earning money. I view trading the financial markets as a motor vehicle, right? A modern way, a faster way, a more efficient way, a more effective way of generating larger sums of cash in shorter periods of time. Now, Cheryl, how long did it take to get these 400 pips? Each of these candles is 1 hour. How long did it take from when the move started down here to up here? Approximately how long is that?
8
8 hours.
8 hours to make
So
4,000, 40,000, 400.
Exactly, or $4 million, depending on the size.
Please,
Right,
please.
because there are banks out there who would
Let's
have
not
made $4
bother the
million
mind yet.
on this move.
Yes.
All right, so understand this, ladies and gentlemen. You are now being put in the driver's seat of this type of opportunity, of an opportunity that gives you the privilege to do this by simply having a laptop and a phone, and then just put these transactions in according to having access to this technology if you choose to get it, and then get the training associated with how to use it. You're going to be trained step by step on how to use this simple technology. It's not difficult. You have to practice over and over again in a fake account at the beginning. Keith, you're going to be in a demo for about a month, which means that you're going to practice these trades for about 1 month with fake money before you put $100 or $200 in a real account, and then you take off from there, okay? And we advise people start with $100 or $200. You do not need to start with 1,000. Some people start with 1,000, 2,000. If you're in that position, great, that's a blessing for you. But most people, you could start with $100 or $200 and then take off from there. Now, this is an example of NAS. Let's go to another strategy that uses something called a scanner. Now, the scanner, Keith and Cheryl, it sends us messages on what to trade. So instead of sitting on the chart like Harry just explained, you would use the scanner to tell you when there's a trade. For example, there's a 1 minute trade on USD Canadian dollar that the system called out, another one on XRP US dollar, the system called that out. And then here's a 5 minute trade on Australian dollar Japanese yen. So let's go quickly look at the USD Canadian dollar trade to see what that looks like. Now, we analyze it with 2 charts. So anytime you're looking at a particular asset, everyone, US dollar on the left, Canadian dollar, and US dollar, Canadian dollar on the right. On the left, we're going to put the left on a 5 minute chart. On the right, we're going to put it on a 1 minute chart, right? So this is on the 1 minute, this is on a 5 minute, and then we're going to look at them together. So here, you could see, Cheryl, that the market pushed up. You could see this green candle just pushed up here, right?
Yeah.
And it's starting to come back down. So because we're at the end of the day, we wouldn't expect too much move right now because we're at the end of the day, okay? So we're putting in our entry line there. You're going for 1 to 3 pips, but you're going to be practicing this at first, before you go live. We shouldn't expect too much movement right now because we're at the end of the market closing. But when it reopens back at 6 p.m. Eastern, this trade could continue on in that direction, as well as the market might choose to go in another direction. No love lost, no money lost if it goes up. Once it doesn't come down and touch this line and turn back, you're good. If it comes down, touches this line and goes in between here or through this, you've made some money. Okay, so that's the scanner sending us a message on what to trade. There's another one that it's called out, XRP US dollar, right? We could go look at XRP US dollar, which is a cryptocurrency, and that is a buy. That is a buy, XRP US dollar right here, right? Let's put it on the 1 minute chart. We could see that it's green, 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 red, green. So instead of waiting for it to do that in front of you, you could just simply use these messages being sent out by the system, and you'll be able to use these messages, okay, and go to the chart. And that way, Esther, our partner Esther, she's in the UK. I'm not sure she's on today or not, but man, Esther has been rocking this thing, right? So Esther, she got this about 5-6 weeks ago, and after she got it, the first day she got this, she was already a trader like yourself, Cheryl. So she understood something about trading, and was doing okay, kind of having lukewarm results. And the first day she used the scanner, which are the messages that come to us, and along with the system, she earned over $600. And then a couple of Fridays later, she did $3,000 in a day. The last time she sent me a message, she said she did $6,500 in a day using the scanner and the system. Okay, so she started with a pretty decent size account. I think it was like $5,000 in her trading account. So she was able to do a lot of trades together at the same time. And she did she did $6,500 in 90 minutes. Okay.
Ah.
Right. So that's some efficiency right there. So man, I'm just grateful, and hopefully you are for you see another trade BTC USD 1 minute buy stop, and man, this system called out a BTC trade yesterday. Let me show you this trade, Cheryl, and let me show you this trade. Man, that trade was something else. All right, here's a buy stop, right? 1 minute, right? And then you put the 5 minute on the left. Well, let's look at the system is amazing. So green, 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 red, green, right? So let's look at what happened yesterday. I want to, let's look at what happened with Bitcoin and US dollar yesterday. And just imagine you had the system, right? So leading up to this point, yeah, you see the wall already, right? Leading up to this point, right? You have the 1 minute telling you what's going on, right? So the 1 minute telling you, look. All right, this is what was going on. This is what's going on. So the 1 minute now from here. That wasn't even a move. Where's the move? Oh my gosh! What a beauty! What a beauty! Right?
Dr. Harry, can you check GBP JPY? I think it's been selling since.
Okay, I'll check it for you. All right. Yeah, I think this is the move right here. So you could see the system call it out: green, 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 red. Okay, so you're putting your buy here. You're putting your buy right here, and you just let this thing go to town, right?
Wow.
Right? So the system is amazing, guys. Make sure you get your own. Make sure don't play with this. Don't play with this.
Please show me how many pips this was, please.
This is 1,281.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness.
Hey.
All right.
Yes,
I. So so that's why I said at the beginning that everybody, whomever invited you here, you should be so thankful to them, because if they didn't invite you on this call, you would not know about the system. You would not even know that this opportunity exists for you to have a system that will give you this type of data and accuracy and reliability on being able to make trades that will win. Okay, 99% of these trades are correct, just so you know. Okay, so you could go ahead and put your pot on fire. All right, so GBP, JPY, here's where it was buying up, and then started selling off on the 1 minute. Let's see if this is on a 5 minute chart. All right, so how you analyze this when you do get your chart happiness is that you're gonna have the 1 minute on the left, 5 minutes on the right. The seats on an upward trajectory. But when you look at the 1 minute, this looks like a big sell-off on the 1 minute, all right? But even though this turned red, this stayed green. So this will still be a good trade. You can see the trade one right here went up, right? But market's closed now, so, So yeah, so, when you have the system, this gives you data that allows for you to have a level of confidence about where the market is going, all right? And you're not wondering, man, is it gonna this way, that way, this way, that way? Okay, and then
but I think it's still I think it's still buying. Yeah,
it's buying. It's in a buy mode, but you need to have higher time frames to look at. 15 minutes. There's some stuff you're gonna need to learn, Cheryl. So it's obviously it's on a very high buy, it's pushing up like crazy. But there's some other stuff you need to know. But you'll get that in training. All right. Yeah. Okay. Let's one last thing, and I'll take some questions, and we're done. All right. So NAS 100, everybody. This is a day chart, right? So those people are very busy. You do not have time. Your jobs and life responsibilities do not allow you to be on charts. This is a daily trade. Each of these candles take a full day. A day trade is in effect. Bob, you remember that I've been calling this out from the other day. I told everybody when it was here, all right, when it was just green, 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 red, green, a number of days have passed. Each of these candles is a day. We could see when the turnaround started. Some people made some money on this candle. And even though these candles look small, this move from here to here, Cheryl, that's 482 pips. Okay? Okay, so
that's crazy.
I hope
that's amazing. Amazing. Isn't it amazing, happiness? So here,
absolutely.
Right? You're putting a trade here because you have the system. The system tells you this is a buy, and it's a daily buy. If you have enough money in to put these trades in, you have to have a big enough account, guys. This is not small money account. Okay. So these daily trades, forward trades, because the pullback could be 500 pips, just so you know. Okay. All right.
Wow.
So, all right. So you have to have a strong account to handle this. Okay. All right. But these day buys, these daily trades, these things go on for a while. Here's the last one. The last one was down here. You could see this. All right. So those people who caught that one, and the developer did catch this one, that's 3,872 pips. 3,872 points.
That's crazy.
That's amazing. And it's happening again. Okay. All right. So guys,
not only the account size, I think you need to have that much of patience and courage as well to hold your trade for that long.
Yeah. So here's the good thing about holding the trades is that you need to have two types of accounts. You need to have a swing account, because this is a swing trade when it's going up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down over time. So you're going to leave it for months or weeks, or weeks at a time. Now, so you need to have an account for that, and then you need to have an account for the 1 minute, 5 minute trades. This is your kind of your fast in and out money. Okay, so this has to be a different trading account from your. Oops. You can see I'm home, right? It's my t-shirt.
Swing traders.
All right, so swing traders, right? So swing traders, okay. All right, so the swing traders, all right, here we go. All right, so swing traders, right? This is the in and out money. 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute, right now money, right? The swing trader, you need a swing account so that when you're taking your 4-hour trades and your 1 hour trades, you could put those in and kind of set them and forget them. Because this trade here took a full day to come to here, right? A day and a half, and it's still going up. So, right? And then here's the sell. There's a sell version to it. Okay, the red coming down. Okay. All right. This is this happened over like a whole week from right here to right here. No, yeah, this is 4 hours. Yeah, 4 hours. No, 1 hour. 1 hour. So this is day 1 and then day 2. Okay, so this took a while to come to here. All right, and on the 1 hour, man, the other day we had some sells. Look at these 1 hour trades. Everywhere you see this dot of green, that's an entry on a 1 hour. So those busy people, you could have one trade in a day and still make money without sitting on the chart. Okay, because these trades take hours to develop. They're not going to just develop quickly like that. They'll take hours to come to maturity. But you can still make your money. All right. So guys,
patience.
Yes. Pray to your creator for patience. All right. Any other questions from anyone else? Keith and Cheryl, thank you so much for being my co-pilots on this mission. Thank you.
My pleasure. Excellent. I learned a lot. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for participating. Really appreciate that, Cheryl. So you'll be connecting with the person who gave you the information to get on this line, and they'll give you the link to get registered. $599 for the technology. I advise you, and surely it'll be a good idea to come in as an affiliate. So you join as an affiliate, you pay $168 plus the $599. That's $767 if you're gonna get it from day 1. Or you can start as an affiliate, invite friends and family, earn commissions when they join, and use that money to purchase. That's what I did. All right, I used the money that the company paid my family to purchase the education. We got free education. We bought the technology out of our commissions, and now we've used money from our commissions put into our trading account, and now we're growing our trading account from the commissions that we earn by introducing people to the community. So that's an amazing strategy. Okay, and if you're struggling, invite people to come and look at the presentation. Here's the deal, guys. It's just your reptilian brain that's restricting you. All of us have one, but some of us have the frontal lobe developed enough to think from it. But those people who feel afraid, they don't like rejection, they don't want to talk to other people, they do not want to introduce people to anything, they feel it's squirmy about doing it, it's just because you're thinking from your reptilian brain. Okay, there are strategies to overcome it. If you're dealing with that, go online and just Google how to think from my frontal lobe. Just Google how to think from my frontal lobe, all right? Won't call out anybody, it's not that. But if you're struggling to invite people to look at something good, then, think about somebody didn't tell you to be here. How would you get here? So turn around and give somebody that blessing as well. You know, invite somebody else to come and take a look and say, hey guys, something great is happening. There's this new technology that can help us to make money, you know, efficiently and effectively. Come and take a look at it to see if it's something you want to take advantage of for you and your family. All right, guys. So really love you guys. Thank you very much for showing up. If there are no further questions from anybody.
Yeah, Dr. Harry, I want to ask
Sure.
a question.
Go ahead. You can go ahead. Okay, Happiness, did Happiness drop off? I think she lost connection. Or maybe you went mute. Okay, Keith, you're asking a question, Keith?
Okay, can you hear me now?
Okay, all right. Happiness, I'll take your question after Keith. What were you saying, Keith?
You don't practice medicine again?
No. I haven't seen a patient in a long time.
But you're still giving advice about frontal lobe brain though.
Yes. All right.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're welcome, guys. All right.
Don't forget happiness. Don't forget happiness.
I won't.
Okay, yeah.
Happiness.
Yes, I was asking on the compensation plan, is there anything like a binary direct and indirect bonus?
Well, it's not a binary, it's a trinary, and yes, there's direct and indirect. So you get $25 for every affiliate basic that you sign up with the $168 package, this one, and you get $50 for every affiliate pro that you register, and then you get a $5 override and a $10 override for everybody who comes in indirect, and then you get commissions weekly based on the total number of members in your group. Whether it's $125, $250, $500, $1,250, and keeps going up. It's designed to pay as high as $250,000 US a week, which is $1 million a month, for anybody who wants to build a large enough organization to that degree. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
What is the monthly fees?
Could you say that again, Keith?
Monthly fees.
Okay, monthly is $99 or $149. $99 or $149. So $99 on this level, $149 on this level. That's the monthly fee. Or if you're just going for the education straight, it's $99, $149 a month, depending on what package you're getting.
But you know, with the $99 as well, you get all the
it includes the education.
Yeah, education and everything. Yeah, the life trainings and everything.
And the videos that I showed you that I went through, the library, you have access to watch them over and over again. And you're pretty much getting the education for free if you're an affiliate. But you could pay for the education straight without being an affiliate. So you could pay the $99 a month or $159 a month for the education to be trained on how to trade, and then buy your technology as well.
Okay.
So it's just to close, technology is $599 for 1 year license. The scanner, which is this website that sends you the messages on what to trade, is $75 a month. It saves you a bunch of time and it will help you to earn a lot of money. All right, if you use it properly. Okay.
Yeah.
And then
fine, thank you.
You're welcome. All right. So I think we're good to go. Yeah, you're welcome, man. All right, tomorrow we have another presentation. You're welcome Thursday. Same time, Saturday, same time, Sunday, 5 p.m. Eastern. All right. So on Friday evening, we take a break. We chill out with our family on Friday. All right.
All right.
All right. So I appreciate you all.
Thank you.
We appreciate you. Thanks again.
You're welcome. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.